Hey everyone, it's Mandi. I'm at Origins 2017. It is my first Origins, and you can tell it's already starting off to be a rough week with my voice, but I'm hoping to look at lots of fun and exciting games. We'll take you through some quick talks with some of the publishers, creators, and look at some of the new games coming out now or maybe at Gen Con. So let's check it out.
We're here at Formal Ferret Games with Gil Hova here, showcasing his new game, Wordsy. Tell me a bit about it.
So Wordsy is a word game where you can actually use longer words. What happens is, if you could zoom in a little tight on here, you're going to get 8 letters out on the board, and you don't need all the letters in your word to be on the board to use it. So your word can be as long as you want. So on this board, for example, you can use the word snowball, and there's no S or N on the board. That's fine. You can skip any letters you want. You only score for the letters that are on the board. You score based on what column the letters are in. So if snowball uses these left 4 letters, you're going to score 5, 10, 14, 18, and the W gets a bonus point because it's rare, so 19 points. The way the game actually works is we're all going to be playing at the same time. So whoever the fastest player is, whoever writes a word first, flips the sand timer, and everybody else has 30 seconds to finish writing their word. If I'm the fastest player, I want my word to be equal to or better than all of your words. If I'm not the fastest player, I want my word to be better than the fastest player's word. And that's pretty much the whole game. There's a little bit of speed, but it's not twitch. It's more about like moving the game along, you know? But it's really approachable. The rules are super simple, but there's a lot of game here, and it doesn't reward knowing those stupid esoteric 2-letter words.
Absolutely. I love my word games, so thank you for bringing more word games into the world.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I can't get enough of them.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right, so thank you so much for your time, Gil,
Thank you.
and I look forward to playing Wordsy. It looks fantastic. It looks great. You've been doing such a great job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so this is Gil with Wordsy from Formal Ferret Games. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Caryl from To Die For Games. I'm here with Mandi, who's behind the camera for us today. We're here at the Plan B Games booth with the designer, Emerson Matsuuchi?
Yeah, Matsuuchi, yeah.
Matsuuchi, I'm sorry.
That's close. We'll
debuting your new game, Century.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a bit about your game?
Sure. It is a game about each player's going to be a spice merchant. You're going to be trading cubes that represent spices for other cubes, and you'll be eventually trading them in for victory points.
Great.
It sounds really cut and dry, but that's the whole gist of the game.
Well, that's partly of the part of the appeal, right? Just like, straight resource, straight strategy, just simplicity and multi-layered strategy and that simplicity, right?
Yes.
So we already see it's sold out, by the way, which is great. So congratulations again about that. Do you want to tell us a bit about the 3 different versions that are coming out about the game?
Okay, sure, yes. So each year we're going to be producing a version of Century. Now, in terms of the theme, they'll actually be 1 century apart from each other, but they're all going to be focusing on trading. So the next game is going to be called Eastern Wonders.
Okay.
And it will be focusing on trading in the islands, like spice islands on the eastern side, like where Indonesia and the Philippines are. And then when we go into the 3rd game, it's going to be called The New World, where you're going to be actually trading with the Indians. So fur trading was like the big industry at that time, in that century, between the 16th and 17th century. So the theme, we're trying to carry the theme through, but it's all going to be based on trading though. So they're in the same line because they have a very similar experience in that you're going to be trading cubes for other cubes to get victory points.
For sure.
So, yeah.
I'm personally looking forward to the fantasy one. The art on that one looks beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Any ETA on when those might be showing up?
Well, actually, I'm not sure because we decided when we had the Crystal Golem and the Spice Road edition that when Plan B acquired it, instead of having the two different art styles to it, they chose one art style and decided to make it a trilogy of games.
Okay, fantastic. I won't take up too much more of your time, but thank you so much.
No, thank you.
So the game is Century Spice Road. It is in stores starting today or earlier this week if you're in Canada. Clearly sold out at Origins here. So congratulations again,
Thank you so
Emerson.
much.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's Mandi with To Die For Games, and I'm here at Origins. It's 2017, and I'm here at the HABA booth. So I'm here with
Vaughan and Andrea.
So you'll remember Andrea. We had a nice interview at Gamma with the Dice Tower, and you can hear from my voice. I have had a rough go this week, so hopefully it's not going to drive you crazy for this interview. So how are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, so what's new? Tell me what's up.
Well, this is Dragon Tower. It's Drachen term in German. This is our German box. It's a German import, so we were really excited about it because it was released at Essen, and they were just tweeting about it, and I didn't even know what it was. We had people asking about it, so we brought it in, and now it's a part of our catalog.
Okay.
This is our first time showing it at Origins.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Origins. I know. I thought you could say Gamma.
What show are we at? So it's a cooperative memory game.
Okay, fantastic.
So everybody's working together to save the princess, who happens to be this little pawn. She's up in the tower. And so to do that, first we have to build our structure to get up there. But there's this really mean dragon about ready to pull the rock away and just make it all tumble. Awesome. So we need to build the structure before he completely pulls it away. So to do that, these are the memory cards.
Okay.
We start by flipping one over, and that's blue. So we come over here and we grab the blue pillar, we put it there, flip over another card,
okay,
yellow, so on. Hidden in there are dragon cards.
Ooh.
So if a dragon card is flipped over, which is that,
okay,
the dragon moves back a spot. So the memory portion comes into play because now we want to make sure we don't flip that over again, because if he gets back enough spaces, he's going to pull the rock away.
Okay.
So you just continue doing that same thing. Joker means it's wild.
Okay.
So you can pick any color. Not every color. So green is missing. So if you flip over a green tile, it's not on here.
Okay.
So you flip it back over and wait for green's in the next one.
Okay.
So we'll just fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also a wood piece. So now it's time for everybody to cooperatively work together to rescue the princess. So the knight is the one pushing her out of the tower, or the prince.
It's the prince.
The prince. And the knights are assisting. So you're pushing.
Okay.
Vaughan, my assistant, is going to push her out the tower.
Oh my gosh, what did I do?
And we just guide her. Oh, first we have to engage the wing.
Okay.
And this is the timing mechanism.
Got it.
So we press the wing up and he starts pulling. So now we have this much time to push her out the tower without letting her fall.
Okay.
He can only push, we're guiding. Okay. And then we have to put her in the carriage.
In here?
Yep.
Oh no, it's coming, Paul. That's awesome.
So that's it.
Oh, very cool. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I was all excited.
Yeah, so it has that really exciting ending to it.
Yeah, which is great.
Every kid that's played this is like, I want to play again. So
Same with adults, I can see. So
Yes.
super fun. And when is this out?
This is out now.
Out now, and how much
Yep.
does it retail for?
It retails for 50.
50. Okay, that's
Yep.
not bad with all the components that you're seeing here.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
pretty
it's very sturdy cardboard.
Exactly.
Wooden pawn piece, so
Very
what
cool.
we're known for.
Yes, HABA makes good quality games. So thank you so much for showing that, and thank you, Vaughan, for the assistance. That was fantastic. Thank you. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye. I hope that was recorded.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get serious. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl, and I'm here at Origins 2017 with Scott from Renegade Games. As you can hear from my voice, it's been a rough week.
Hi, how are you?
Good, I'm sick, but good.
Nice.
So what's been going on? What's new?
Oh, so lots of new stuff. So right behind us is Flip Ships. We're previewing that here at Origins, and Flip Ships is a dexterity game by Kane Klenko, where it's cooperative, and we're all working together to repel and defeat the alien invaders as they are attacking and want to destroy our planet.
Oh my goodness, that sounds crazy.
It's really, really cool. So you take your discs of your ships and you have to flick them onto the cards of the ships that are coming down and attack, and you can level up your ships and work together, and you eventually have to defeat the mothership as well.
Oh my goodness. So I played this with Dan King, and I was terrible, but I had a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to getting better.
That's right. It takes a little practice, but once you get it going,
Exactly.
you should be able to save the world.
Potentially a good lunchtime game if you're watching.
That's right.
And when is this available? MSRP?
So this one is $40, and it's available in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, so it's coming soon. That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, what other goodies do you have?
So another Kane Klenko game that just came out about a month ago is also cooperative, but real time,
Okay, cool.
and is our follow-up to Fuse.
Right.
So now, we all defused bombs on the ship and we saved the ship, but while all that was going on and the aliens were invading our ship, they were hurting our people.
Oh my goodness.
So now we are all the crew of the medical bay,
Right.
and we need to triage our patients, work together, roll dice, overcome problems, and save their lives.
This is crazy. I have played this one too, and the app is cool.
Yes, the app. So
Yes.
so Anita is back.
Okay.
Anita is the ship's computer with an attitude.
Yeah, she is. A little sassy.
Yeah, and she's gonna help motivate you.
Yes, she does actually. I feel like she's like saying to me, hurry up, get it done now.
That's right.
Stat.
Yep.
So I like that.
So you guys have to work together. Some people have different roles on the team. You're rolling lots of dice,
Yep.
and you're playing rounds, and you need to save your crew.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I have not played Fuse, but I did really enjoy Flatline, so
Oh,
maybe
cool.
I'm just doing it backwards. I will try Fuse eventually.
All right, awesome.
And I know there's something else you have.
There is. So we were previewing a game, new game from Alex Cavern, and it's called Sentient.
Yep.
And Sentient is about, in the not so far future, we are competing robot factory workers or owners, and we are programming robots using dice.
Okay.
It's a very puzzly engineering. Engineers love this game.
Okay, of course.
And you're trying to program your robots and win contracts and make the most money, and competing against the other players. It's a bit of a brain burner, puzzle solving, dice manipulation game.
Okay.
And it's Alex, so it's awesome.
Awesome. And I think if I'm correct, it's in plays about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes or so.
Okay, so potential lunchtime game if you want something a little thinky. I don't know. It sounds really cool to me, and it has dice in it. Like, come on, that
Yeah.
right there makes me want
And
to
it's
play.
gorgeous.
Exactly.
So.
And what's the price point on that one?
That one is 55. Piles and piles of custom dice and cool stuff. And that one's out in about a month.
A month. Okay, so we still have a little bit of time. And I don't know if I asked you about Flatline.
Oh, Flatline's in stores now.
In stores now.
Yep.
So 3 amazing games to choose from. You can keep your eye on those, and I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Everyone's excited. So,
I'm also tired.
Yeah, that too. And sick. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you guys next time.
This is Caryl. We're here with Ross from IDW Games.
How you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's got awesome Origins. I love the show. I'm glad we can just hang out and talk about games. How about you guys?
Exactly. I haven't had the coffee yet, so I'm not as perky as I want to be, but
You're still rocking it. You're still rocking it.
Just checking it. It's because I'm here with you, Ross.
Right. I'll do what I can.
Absolutely. So tell us about your new releases here at Origins.
Okay. So Origins we've got a lot. We're kind of showing off and just talking about. So there's not like a lot of releases, but there's stuff we're showing off. Sherlock Holmes just came out in stores. So Furiarty's Trail, you can go buy it right meow. I've been here all show. So it's a super social deduction, kind of figure out the clues and figure out all of Furiarty's criminal buddies, and you got to track down the trail stuff. So it's been a lot of fun doing that. So that's out right now, and that's super new as well.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
We can keep going all
Get
day.
your claws in that one, right? So, I know it's bad. And then another big one for us we've been showing off is Saikatsu. So it's going to be available at Gen Con, and we've been, it's a 2 to 3 player game. There's a 1 to 4, 1 player and a 4 player mode too, but really it rocks in that 2 to 3 players. So you're essentially building your view from your pagoda. It's really, really, really pretty. And Isaac and Matt did a really good job with this. And so Saikatsu, stay tuned for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the box just pops out. It's been super fun. And then if you kind of take a look at I know you're holding the camera up, but there's a lot going on at our table. So we just finished the Kickstarter for ray guns and rocket ships, which is super cool. So if you stay tuned to our campaign and to our page, we're talking about it more. But it's a cool programming adventure game where you build the ships, go out, fight aliens. There's minis. TSA kind of rocked it up a little bit, so we haven't been showing them off, but it's doing really good.
For sure.
And then we also have been showing off so there's Jungle Joust. I just saw this a little bit today as well. So this is our mock box. It's going to be a fun jousting game coming out in a little bit. And then another fun one, we've got King of the Creepies. So if you like puns, this game is full of them. It's very punny. And John Con's been doing that. And so it's going to be coming out in stores in about a month or so. It's in the dock right now, and then once it gets off the boat, then we'll go from there. It's super fun, really cute. You got to battle the King of the Creepy, use all your powers, and plenty of awesome, fantastic pop culture references to make it happen, right?
Fantastic.
So, and then another fun one we've been showing off, just the box, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Showdown. So this is going to be a tile placing sewer chase game. So the turtles are going to be racing to save their friends, and then you up in Rocksteady are trying to get the friends before you. So you're going to be placing down tiles, building your sewer, doing all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, that's what we kind of have going on.
Are we looking at Kickstarter for that one?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I think that it's a possibility, but it really depends on what we kind of are gearing up for.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like the fact that it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and tile placement. That's two things I love. I'm going to look forward to that, whether it's retail or Kickstarter. You got me on.
It'll be there, yeah. It'll be totally radical, right? So
absolutely. Were there? I see Planet of the Apes. So I can't miss that one.
So Planet of the Apes is just our mock box, and so it's going to be a co-op adventure game.
Okay.
We're going to be playing through the movie.
Okay.
And so that's all we can talk about right now.
Okay.
So but the art's super catching. If you know Planet of the Apes, then you do your stuff, and it's going to be if you like it, it's going to be rad.
Absolutely. And
that's about, we have little circuses and some other cool little games too. There's also Outpost Siberia. So it's by, we go. And so it's by John Gilmore. And so if you, it's a co-op adventure game where it's all your cards, and they're double-sided, they're like double placed. So there's a top and a bottom. And there's 2 decks, and you're trying to survive against all the different wanders and creatures that are out in the giant Siberia going on. So there's yetis and bears and wolves, oh my, and you have to do all that stuff. It's super fun. It's quick. I've died like every time I've played so far, so we got to get a little better at it. We got to mash that equipment, but stay tuned for this. We have a lot more coming out with that as well.
Absolutely.
We got a lot going on, which is super cool.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I love how you have all these different licenses and you're doing great things with them, so I'm absolutely ecstatic about it.
Great.
Ray guns and rocket ships. What are we looking at for the fulfillment date? Are we looking this year?
We will see. I don't know the exact details on that, but I know if you get into our campaign page, we'll have a lot going on with that. I know it's going through the motions right now, and everything's looking great.
Okay.
So we should be right on track with what's going on there.
For sure. You have been nothing but possum, Ross.
Oh,
so I had
man.
to go there.
Good.
So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
These all look fantastic, and we're gonna keep our eye on a few of these.
Sounds good.
Inside more recently, I imagine. Hey everyone, it's Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl, and we are here at Origins 2017, and I am here with Mr. Paul Grogan.
Hello.
The teacher. Okay, so what's new? What's happening?
In the world of CGE?
In CGE.
Or just in the world in general?
No, I think we're going to go with CGE.
So
That's
CGE.
wise.
So
yes.
the games that we brought to Origins this year are all of our back catalogue of games for people to play, but we have new titles. This is the first one.
Okay.
This is That's a Question. Now this is not finished artwork. It's nearly there, but it's not quite finished. This is going to be released at Gen Con. This is Vlaja's new fun party game. With a lot more of a social aspect to it, I would have said, than Codenames, which is a very thinky and cerebral. This is definitely more of a fun sort of social party game type thing. The objective of the game is for each player to get their squirrel and advance as far up the mountain as possible. Why?
I was just about to say that.
That's a question. There you go. Basically, the game is about asking difficult questions. So when it's your turn, you choose one of the other players and you can ask them one of three questions. You can ask them, what would you rather choose? What would you miss more if it ceases to exist? And what do you generally consider worse?
Okay.
Now, you're not just asking them random questions with random answers. You actually have a hand of cards, and you will have a hand of 5 cards, and each of these cards has 3 answers on them in the 3 colours. So if you were to ask them the blue question, you would have to put down 2 of the blue answers. Okay. So the skill in the game is deciding who you're going to ask a question of, and think, right, this is actually going to be a really good question for that particular person. So in theory, it should work better with people that you know, but as you know, we've been demoing this all weekend. For the last 5 days to people who don't know each other, and it seems to work absolutely fine.
It's lots of laughs at the table, for sure.
Especially last night's crowd.
Wow.
So I could say, what would you rather choose, to be reincarnated as an animal or to be the most famous detective in the world? And then that person would have to answer honestly by using the cards A and B. So they would put down their answer. And then every other player in the game would try to guess what they've put down. And then the player who was asked the question reveals it, they would get 1 point. Because they're always right, obviously. And then the other players would also score a point if they answered it correctly as well. Now, the player who asked the question would score points for every incorrect answer. So ideally, if this was like a 5-player game, I'd ask you a question. Everybody else would get it wrong, because then I'd get 3 points. So you want to make the question as difficult as possible. And then you move your squirrel up the mountain. There's a couple of extra little bits with these little counters here. So yeah, there's a few extra little bits in there, but that's a quick overview. That's essentially how the game plays. One thing that is clever about the game is these nuts.
I'm sorry. Every time someone talks about the nuts,
listen, I did this deliberately. So I have these 2 nuts. So it's funny, but and squirrels like nuts. But the way it works is that in order to ask somebody a question, you have to actually steal their nut. Straight face.
Insert line here.
But what that means is that player has no longer got any nuts, which means they cannot be asked a question by anybody else. So it's in there to stop the same player being repeatedly asked questions by everybody at the table. It kind of balances out. So this goes clockwise around the table, the person asking the question, but you can only ask a question of somebody who has at least one of these. So that's quite a nice little addition.
So we've got squirrels, nuts, questions, and a mountain.
Mountains and a lake. Yes.
That sounds like a fun game to me. So, how long does it take to play? Who can play it?
Well, we've been toying with how long it should take to play, and you put a certain number of these cards on here, and after you've had your go, you draw 2, and then when the deck's empty, you do 1 more round, and then it's over. However, people are just playing twice round, 3 times round, play till somebody gets to the top of the mountain. It's one of those games that you can kind of play as long as you want. So, as published, it would probably take about 30 minutes to play, but yeah, you can play it in a shorter time if you wanted to, or you could play longer.
So very good lunchtime game. Awesome. And when you said Gen Con, this is available?
Yeah, this will be available at Gen Con.
So definitely look out for that. And there's one more game quickly if you wanted to talk about that, and it's Codenames Duet.
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit. And there is more from CGE.
Yes.
Okay, so what's this? What are we looking at?
So this is the latest game in the Codenames family of games, but unlike Pictures, which was Codenames but with pictures, this is a completely different game. I say completely different, you're still giving clues to try and guess the words, but this is a cooperative version of the game. So it plays with a minimum of 2 players, but a lot of people have thought, oh, it's only a 2-player game, but it's not.
Right.
You could actually play with multiple players on each side if you want to.
Okay.
But the objective of the game is that everybody has to find all 15 agents before the timer runs out. The timer's not a real actual timer,
Right.
it's bystander counters, and every time you take a turn, one of the bystander counters will disappear.
Right.
So you have a limited number of turns in order to find all 15 agents. Now, if you look at the grid here, you'll see that people watching on camera will see that there are 9 agents on that side of the grid. So that means that side of the table knows where 9 of the agents are, but we also know where 9 of the agents are because it's a 2-sided grid.
Right.
So that's the twist, it's a 2-sided grid. We're giving clues for them to guess these ones, they're giving clues for us to get their ones, and we've got to find all of them. Now, where it gets clever and tricky is that there's actually 3 assassins on each side. You know what happens when you hit an assassin?
Which I constantly do.
All weekend. Now, one of those assassins on that side is also an assassin on this side.
Okay.
One of them is a bystander on this side, and one of those assassins is actually an agent on this side.
Okay.
So if we look at our 3 assassins, we know that one of them is actually an assassin, so we need to avoid that, but we don't know which one.
Right.
One of them's a bystander, and if one of those 3 is an agent, we've got to find all of the agents. At some point in the game, we're going to have to touch one of the words which on our side is an assassin, but it's when we're guessing, it's what's on the other side that matters.
Exactly.
So that's essentially how the game plays. There's a few extra levels to it. You know, once you learn how the assassins work, you can start to read extra knowledge into it that wasn't particularly there before and wouldn't be there in the other game. And even if you beat the game on that difficulty level, Vlodge has done a campaign mode. So basically you start off in Prague, that's where your first mission is, and the numbers indicate basically how many tokens there are and how many of them start face up. So if you manage to beat that mission, you can then choose to go to one of the adjacent cities, and over the last 5 days of Origins, a few couples have been coming back repeatedly over and over again to basically try. And there was a couple this morning that had got as far as Cape Town.
Oh wow.
So they are probably the most successful people this weekend. It is a very challenging game.
Yeah, so if it wasn't hard enough, try it in the campaign mode to make it more difficult. Which is good for the playability, so it's a good thing, I think.
Success rates have been probably about 15-20% this weekend. But it's people's first game and they're still learning, you know, how the assassins work. That percentage will go up as they get better at the game, but we wanted a game that was challenging so that you didn't just, you know, beat it on your first attempt.
Oh, so good. I liked this one actually a lot. I'm terrible at it, but it doesn't mean that I can't keep trying to get a win. So I think this is going to do really, really well. And this is available.
This will be at Gen Con as well. Yeah, we've had a lot of couples come around this weekend who've said, you know, we have to invite friends over to play Codenames, and who wants to invite friends over? Codenames Duet gives them the opportunity to now play the Codenames experience, but with just 2 of them. So I think it's going to be very popular. Yeah.
Awesome. And so you heard that 2 players or more.
Or more.
So that I think is a great thing. So thank you so much for showing it to us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, this is Caryl from To Die For Games. We're here at the Breaking Games booth. Mandy's behind the camera is what I meant to say. So here with me actually is Peter from Breaking Games. So we're here at your booth. Are there any new releases we need to look out for? Any upcoming ones or bestsellers that we should watch out for?
Thank you very much for asking. We always have new stuff because we're due about like 6 to 12 games a year. So we're really excited for June because June 1st, Aura came out. It's this really fun game. It's actually only $25. It was designed by a Magic player to kind of bring more strategy games to his family. It's really fun and deep when you get into it. And then we're also excited because King's Abbey 2nd edition is now out at this show, and we have a coupon at Origin, so if you're here, you know, you can take advantage of that. For everybody who's been waiting for this one, super excited. Worker placement game, deep, and it's got a lot of expansion stuff in there already. And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we have a Kickstarter right now for this little game, Rise of Tribes. I helped develop it with my friend Brad Brooks, and we're super excited about it. It's like taking a Civ game, all of that, and putting it in a 45-minute package. So you've got a prehistoric tribe, you can grow and lead your people and gather resources, but what we know that all tribes secretly really wanted in life was 15 points. And so it's a race to get the most points to get it fastest, and you do that by hunting a mammoth and watching out for the saber-toothed tiger. And so on Kickstarter we've unlocked crazy stuff like volcanoes and all sorts of stuff. So we're really excited.
Awesome. When are we looking for fulfillment on Rise of Tribes?
We're saying March of next year, and I think we can beat that. But I mean, we do have manufacturing under control at Breaking Games, but I definitely don't want anyone to be disappointed if it takes a while. But it'll be coming in the spring for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can already say Mandi's backed it. I've got my finger on the button, just waiting for payday. So it looks fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
I appreciate all the support.
For sure. So that's probably coming out March. Aura and Kings of the Abbey are available already, I believe. Great.
And then we've got dozens of other titles, Letter Tycoon and everything else. So love you to check it out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you so much for
it.
your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
So there you have it. Origins 2017 all over, but we managed to go and see all the fun games, all while working for CGE. So lots of good stuff coming out. Hope you enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to seeing you at Gen Con. Till next time, bye.
Follow us on social media.